Hi, I'm Sherry, and welcome to Home, Help, and Heart. You know, we've done a lot of reviews and that type of thing, so we've done the home part a good bit. What we haven't done much, if at all, maybe once, once, is the heart. And so, what I'm calling this is a heart talk. And that is going to be basically anything that deals with us and our souls and what we want to talk about and all that good stuff. And so I've been wanting to talk about authenticity. And you know that at the end of every video, I say take care, be well, and always be yourself. So I wanted to talk about that. One of the things I've had questions about during a couple of my Q&As over the years is, were you always like this? Were you always so confident and so sure of yourself? And the answer is absolutely not. I was I was a doormat when I was young. I was a people pleaser. Everything was about pleasing someone so they would like me, be my friend, whatever the case may be. And that comes from my constant striving to please my father, especially in terms of grades. And so, yeah, I was like that for, well, clear out of high school into through my 20s, and I would say well into my 30s. And I mean, I'll be honest, it's not a happy story about how I ended up being different, but it's that I got burned enough times being too nice, being too accepting, trusting people that they would keep their word, that I just changed. I just decided I had to change, that I could not keep surviving the way I was, that I just felt too vulnerable and open. So I started to change, and you know, along with any change comes some good and some bad. I consider myself a completely different person now than who I was at 18 or 25. But I think the best parts of me came along. The only thing I think that is really negative about how I have changed over the years is that I have a really hard time trusting because of how many times I was taken advantage of. My trust was betrayed by close friends over and over again. So yeah, I still have problems with trusting, and I have big problems with forgiving. And I know the story on forgiving. You know, it's better for you to forgive so that you can heal. But I have a hard time with it. So what I'd like to do to start out this discussion, and I really do hope it will be a discussion down in the comments section. And please just talk from where you are. You know, if you don't feel like you can be yourself at all, say that. You know, if you're just starting to say, what are some of the obstacles that are keeping you from getting all the way there? Let's, try to be open, and talk about, where you are on this path, and whether you feel like you have further to go. So, about 2 weeks ago, this crate, like the milk crate storage thingies, fell over. And I discovered that it was full of old journals and diaries. Excuse me. And in one of them, I found one of these little sort of, create your own book diary things. And there is a poem that I wrote. It's not a matching poem, a rhyming poem. It's just a prose poem. I wrote it on August 21, 1978. So that would have been right before, not long before my 26th birthday. And it's called loving myself, question mark. I heard a song one day that spoke of self-love, and I've been trying to figure out what that song was, and I can't think of it. It came to mean a lot to me because loving myself was not something I was accustomed to or comfortable with. It was a strange new concept to me, one that just by hearing that song, I began to think I was capable of. I had never before considered it. Was that something you were supposed to do? I asked myself. Wasn't that what people called conceit? But I came to realize that those wise and lovely words did not mean loving the outward self as much as loving what you are inside. For me, they meant first accepting myself, accepting those things about me that I could not change. The fact that I am short, for example, the fact that I have problems trusting. Next, it meant working to change the things I could change to make better. This is the most difficult. For this, you need great strength and confidence, which I did not have then. Things that I have been lacking. But I am trying, and I can love myself for that at least. It is a beginning. When that battle is won, I can go on to learning to love myself, something I also didn't do then. Who I am, who I can be. Sometimes I feel that when that moment comes, loving myself will not be nearly as difficult as it once seemed. And that was very true as well. August 28th, 1978. So when I saw that, I said, okay, this is going to be my springboard for this authenticity discussion, because as I said, people have asked me multiple times in the past, were you always like this? Did you just grow up to be like this? No, I absolutely did not. I am a strong person because my mother was. I did grow up with great work ethic and strength and conviction from my mother. I also am, one of the things that I'm really big on is integrity. Here again, always be yourself, So, yeah, integrity, honesty, authenticity, those are all things that are important to who I am now. So, I want to also springboard off of some memes. Excuse me. I share a lot of memes on Facebook, and to try to just open people's eyes about, people are already my Facebook friends, family, to try to open eyes a little bit about, oh, well, that's a good idea, whatever. And there is actually a meme that has the definition of authenticity, if I can find it. No, it's right here somewhere. Okay. Authenticity. Noun. What happens when your love of the truth becomes more important to you than what others think of you? This is huge because in my childhood, up through graduating from high school, going to DC to work for the government, in my 20s, in my 30s, I always worried about what people thought of me. And that made it hard to be authentic. So now, do I care? I'm an empath. I'm very sensitive. So yes, there's a piece of me who cares, and then there's the rest of me who says, oh, please, just walk on by, right? So that is a really important point. When your love of truth becomes more important than what others think of you. And there's another one that's similar to that. Well, this is similar, but it's not the one I'm looking for. If you keep trying to please everyone else, you'll never figure out what pleases you. And that was very much a picture of who I was when I was young. I never thought about what pleased me. I only thought about how can I please other people. Okay. And this one relates. Bad news is you cannot people sorry. Bad news is you cannot make people like, love, understand, validate, accept, or be nice to you. You can't control them either. Good news is it doesn't matter. And I think that's the important place to get. I don't mean that in a bad way that you shouldn't care at all about anything, but I think that probably one of the most important things in me going on that journey through my life to who I am now was starting to let go of how important it was to me what other people said about me. And I'm at the point now where, like I said, I'm an empath. I am very sensitive. So, yes, somewhere in my brain, it's like, oh, that hurt my feelings. Who cares? Just go on with your bad self. Let's see. And kind of in concert with this concept that I'm talking about is another concept that I feel very strongly about. Be careful what you tolerate. You are teaching people how to treat you. This is a takeoff on a phrase that was in a Dr. Phil book decades ago. I remember going into the bookstore and I sat down and I just read a little bit of it to see if it was something I would like. And it was the life lessons. And one of the life lessons was you teach people how to treat you. And at first I was like, what? And over the years, it became crystal clear to me what that means, which is what he says, be careful what you tolerate. What you tolerate is what you teach others, how you teach others to treat you. So if, like, I don't like to say I'm militant about anything, but I am pretty militant about being disrespected. I just expect respect. I give respect, and I expect respect back. And so, if somebody, for example, had a Facebook friend, we had been friends in real life for years, and then she went into the military, and then she ended up moving to the other end of the country, and we lost contact, and then we got back in contact, and next thing I know, she's on my Facebook, responding to my Facebook stuff with nastiness, just like negative nastiness. And, I tried to let it go because we've been friends for so long. And finally, it just, and this is in front of my family, all of my friends, and so she is, making me look a certain way. And here again, I'm not supposed to care, right? But it was nasty enough that I finally said, look, I can't do this with you anymore. If this is the way you've chosen to be, bye. And I went right over and I hit the unfriend button. I blocked her messenger PMs. And actually, I didn't do that right away. And I got a PM from her that was like this long, and it was nothing but ugliness directed at me. I don't even know where that came from. But this is an example. If I continued to tolerate the way she was treating me in front of everybody else, then there would be no other way for her to keep going other than to keep doing that. And I was not willing to allow that. So, this comes down to the way you let your husband talk to you, your boyfriend, your, whatever, even your best friend. If a girlfriend of yours is saying stabby things and it's hurtful to you, then just sit down and tell her. I know that that's not easy. God, I know that's not easy. I have been an introvert my entire life, and we, especially, I'm a Libra, we do not like confrontation at all. So it gives me agita and heartburn and everything else to try to have to do that. But I will do it now because that's me being me and protecting who I am. Um, okay, let's see. This is another one on the same theme. Be yourself. People don't have to like you, and you don't have to care. Um, and like I said, yes, you're going to care, especially in the beginning. It's just a matter of how much of yourself you give to that not caring. So, like, resign a little piece of you over here that, says, oh, that kind of hurt my feelings, blah, 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 I don't like that. And then the rest of you can just go, girl, please. This one is a kind of a different topic, which is self care, but I think it all wraps in, and especially in one particular area, and that is saying no. And I've talked about that before. And I know this is getting long. I'm very sorry. I'm going to wrap it up soon. 12 steps for self care. 1. If it feels wrong, don't do it. It's like if somebody says to you, I think we could make some extra money if we went down here and we, kind of used counterfeit money to get stuff, and it wouldn't cost us anything. If that feels wrong to you, and it should, then you need to say, no, I'm not going to do that. So number 1, if it feels wrong, don't do it. Number 2, say exactly what you mean. That's another big component. Number 3, don't be a people pleaser. Number 4, trust your instincts. This is another thing I want to have a heart talk about at some point, is being in tune with your instincts and then following them. Number 5, never speak badly of yourself. Number 6, and I was really, really bad at that, clear up into my 50s. And I've gotten rid of that too, for the most part. Number 6, never give up on your dreams. Don't ever say, I'm too old to go follow that dream or go get that job or go do that hobby or whatever. No, you're not. These are the 2 important. Well, this one's really important. Number 7, do not be afraid to say no. There is no reason you always have to say yes to everything. If this doesn't feel good to you, or they're asking you to do something that's going to take a lot of time, and you don't really have that time, say no. Okay, and don't be afraid to say yes. Be kind to yourself. This was a big issue for me for a lot of years too, and I'm much, much better about it now. Let go of what you can't control. Still struggle with that one, but number 11, stay away from drama and negativity. I know people, I had this one friend on YouTube, and all she ever talked about was the drama channels, the ones that go in and pick apart the big beauty YouTubers. And she'd be like, oh, I hate YouTube now because of this. But you're watching it. I don't watch it because I don't want to get put in that headspace. Life is too short. Number 12, love. All you need is love, and that's self-love and love for other people. Okay, I think I'm going to probably stop there. I think that's about it. Oh, this is a good one. That's too close to the subject matter to miss. When you stand up for yourself, you are standing up for everyone who will follow your positive example. People see you speaking up for yourself, and the next time that happens to them, they might follow your lead. Okay.
This is a reminder.
Sorry.
An alarm for 5:05 tomorrow.
Alexa, cancel. At least she waited to the very end, right? Take care. Be well. And yes, always be yourself. Don't worry about what other people think of you. There's a famous quote that goes something like, what other people think of you is none of your damn business. So, yeah, it's a process. Don't expect that you're going to be there tomorrow or next week or next month. It's a process and it takes time. So please comment down in the comments. Comment down below if there was anything in particular that I said that resonated with you. Please let me know. And also, like I said, just talk about where you are on this journey. If you need help getting to the next step, then please let me know that too. Maybe we can help each other. And anyhow, thank you. Bye bye.